The extraction and production of critical metals has often severe social and ecological consequences. First of all, mining, of course, is an acute intervention into the Earth's crust, altering landscapes and often destroying ecosystems. Mining is also associated with a high CO2 footprint and can lead to local contamination of water, soil, and air. Mining activities in developing countries often do not fulfill basic social standards. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, for example, is the source of cobalt, whose mining often involves child labor and health and safety issues. The country is also origin of the so-called conflict minerals, tin, tungsten, tantalum, and gold, which are associated with a terrible civil war. The end of life of our products is also a major issue. Many products, for example electronics, end up in developing countries, where they are disassembled under problematic conditions impacting the well-being of workers. Also there, child labor can be an issue. If products are not recycled in a professional way, the health and safety of the recyclers cannot be guaranteed. Furthermore, only a small share of the expensive metals, such as gold and copper, are being extracted, but the majority of the raw materials is lost. A short summary of the issues with critical raw materials. Critical raw materials are often only sourced in few countries. We also call this they have a high country concentration. This makes supply vulnerable. For example, if there are natural disasters or tensions in geopolitical relationships. A big part of once used metals dissipates and is thus not recoverable. Economic development is affected by an unsecure supply, fluctuating prices, and the threat of scarcity. And there can be disastrous ecological and social consequences in mining, production, transport, and disposal. What are possible approaches to tackle these problems? There are different strategies across the value chain to secure raw material supply. Attempts towards a circular economy plays a crucial role here. Let us start with the obvious part that is important for a more circular economy, the end of life of a product. Reuse, probably combined with a repair, allows for a further use of the product, thus keeping it in the economic cycle. The breakdown of a product into components and the reassembly into new products is summarized as remanufacturing. The loop that goes the furthest back in the value chain is the processing of the products into their original raw materials, recycling. To enable a successful urban mining, product design plays a crucial role. How a product is built determines whether raw materials stay in the economic cycle rather than being dissipated. But in a world with a growing population and a growing demand for new technologies, even if we should successfully move towards a more circular economy, we will still need primary production. Here, losses in processing can and should be avoided. Increasing transparency on mining conditions can help to minimize social and ecological impacts. The exploration of new supply resources can support the diversification of supply while implementing environmental and social standards. How we use products is also of crucial importance. How much of a product we use and how much utility can be taken out of a single product. It makes a big difference if everybody buys a product for private use or if you can use its function without using up materials for it. For example, by repairing laptops, reusing phones, or sharing cars. For companies, business models are central in this discussion. Examples are leasing models or selling services instead of products. The consumers, of course, also influence how much material is kept in the cycle by their behavior, by returning or disposing products correctly, and by attaching importance on take-back and recycling options in their buying behavior. The circles that are drawn around the different aspects are not exclusive. Many of the steps are influenced by a variety of factors, and strategies might have different leverage points. You will learn more about all of this in the upcoming modules.